It's real love, man.
Oh gosh, nothing better.
True love, I guess. True love. You guys ready?
Yeah. And here we are on Stunt Stories.
Welcome back.
Hey, what episode is this? Do you guys recall?
This will be episode 12.
Nice. Awesome.
Moving along.
Or 13. Is it 13 or is it 12?
I can't read.
We're in the double digits,
Yes.
which is good.
We're over 10. Yes.
Perfect. Nice. Well, good to be back.
Yeah.
It's good to have you back.
So like last time we saw you, it was cold and now it's hot.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cold here, wasn't it?
A little bit.
Speaking of cold, I just came from Chicago.
Oh,
The cold, windy city. Had a lot of fun back there. They did a little car chase on a show that I can't remember the name of. I got back. Well, they confuse you. They will give you a name of the production, like it's called Durango, but that's not really the name of the show. It's a different show, and I've never seen the show, and so I don't know what it's called. But I was there for 2 nights. I was there for 4, but we only filmed for 2 nights.
Right.
Which is kind of challenging at times. You get off the plane and they're like, okay, you're wired for daytime, right? Sleep at night like a normal person. And then like, all right, tomorrow we're shooting all night. You got an 8 p.m. call. Going to go till sunup. And that first night's usually not too bad because we could all go out. You go out partying or whatever and you stay out all night long the first night. Then you sleep for the weekend trying to recoup. No. You got to get right back into the mix the next night where you're really exhausted and start doing like head-on near misses at high speeds with other vehicles.
Yeah.
Under those trains in Chicago, the train tracks, where you got big steel pillars on both sides. So
do the sound.
And also there's not much room for to escape if there's an emergency.
Yeah.
You go, I'll just go into the pillar, the steel pillar. That should be fine.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, it was fun though.
I don't see the name. The name of the episode's called Everything Beautiful, Everything Terrible.
That's the name of the episode. That's a long freaking title.
Bit of a long worded.
Yeah, but nowhere on there it says what the title of the show is.
No.
Yeah.
It tells me what the temperature was. 75% chance of rain.
No, that's all you needed to know.
Yeah. Corey, if you can see on the screen, we have a special guest today.
Who's that guy? Who is that handsome guy right there? Oh my gosh.
Handsome.
Raymond.
That's something only my mother says.
Buddy, how are you?
Doing good. I'm doing really good. We're really busy, like building stunt cars left and right.
Oh, I thought you meant like you got to go or something. Like you're really...
No. I just got here.
Yeah. How's life treating you?
But we got some big jumps coming up this year, June, and we have like 4 stunt cars to build. So we build them from scratch. So that has taken a lot of time.
Man, you look good. You lost some weight. You've trimmed down.
Like 120 pounds.
You've lost 120?
120, yeah.
Holy smokes.
Not the same guy that you've seen before.
No.
Yeah.
That's why at first I was like, wait a minute. No, I'm kidding. I'll know you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I had that brain tumor. And the brain tumor was pressing into my pituitary gland, causing my pituitary gland to excrete like a very deadly amount of human growth hormone. It was causing me to grow. At 40-something years old, I was still a growing boy.
No way.
And it's the same thing that killed Andre the Giant.
Wow. And so they went into your brain and took that out?
Yeah, so it was like almost an 8-hour-long surgery. They went up through my nose. They drilled a couple holes in my skull right between my eyes. There's like a little air pocket, bony structure called the sphenoid sinus. They went right through there and they took the tumor out like that.
Oh my God. Well, yeah. Hey, let's praise God, man. You look like you're just recovered and you're in good health.
I feel outside of the last jump that I did, I still have some whiplash from that. Outside of that, I feel like $1,000,000, man.
But Raymond, wait a minute, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you now?
47.
You're not 27.
I wish.
You're 47, and you're still doing it, dude. My hat's off to you, because you and I both know with that thump, that landing, jumping a Dodge Charger with stock suspension, it's not a comfortable thing.
Yeah.
And you
the
get
landing flat part.
and you're getting some serious altitude. I've seen almost every single one of your jumps, and every one of them's big. It's like big air, long distance, slamming to the ground hard. Eventually, it's got to take its toll.
A couple of the guys in Hollywood, they made a nickname for me, call me Big Air Ray. So yeah, it was pretty. You probably know the guys and stuff like that. I have to. It's been a while since I talked to him, but I get a lot of people that they're from Hollywood and they're like, "Hey, you want to do this with us? Hey, we're looking for somebody to do this," and I get excited, and then I never get just plain Raymond again.
You can't trust.
Like we were on the set of America's Got Talent Extreme, and I was gonna jump the StuntLife car that we had built over 40 cars from ramp to ground. And when we were there, we were set up, we were like in wardrobe and whatnot. And then next thing you know, the show got canceled because there was an escape artist who fell upside down, missed the airbag, broke his neck, and he broke his leg, and
Oh my God.
so it was pretty bad.
Wow. So hey, when's your next jump you're doing?
Yeah, so the big one, the fountain jump, that's June 28th. I didn't know if you were busy or not. I was going to ask. Okay, so you can see me and hear me then?
Yeah, we see you and hear you great.
Okay, so anyway, June 28th, Kentucky, Somerset, Kentucky. I have a historic fountain. It was built in like 1880, and it's downtown Courthouse Square, and it's sitting right in the middle of the square. And it's this huge, huge fountain. And I have to jump over it. They've been working on this for about a year after, they got permission from the county people, the judge, and the insurance companies. We're going to go ahead and do it. I wanted to see if you were busy. I was going to invite you to host the event. So I don't
And
know if
it's
you've
in
got any
June.
plans or anything like that.
I don't know. I just my forecast right now is I'm going to go to Atlanta. I got to flip over a school bus on a show there, and then I come back.
Yeah, you haven't done that before, have you?
Yeah, actually, I think that's why they hired me. I'm the school bus flipper. And then I work on the Landman show here in Texas, but I don't know what date that is. So please don't exclude me. I mean, I'd love to come out and help you out however I can. Let me talk about this fountain for a second. What's the span? How far do you have to go to clear it, and how high do you think?
So we're thinking, we did the math, we did all the measurements, approximately 60 miles an hour. Now that's going to put me at about 130, 140 feet on the landing, except for the elevation where I'm taking off, we'll say is ground zero. The landing is -10 or -15, so I'm sort of like jumping downhill.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how high do you have to go to get over the fountain? Is it very high?
So that's debatable, because I think it would look better for the generally to break through a wall of water than versus jumping over.
Yeah.
So imagine like at the top of the stream, just breaking through the top, and generally the front end, the grill, the push bar just bursting through. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to dye the water in the fountain orange. I'm like, how in the heck are you guys going to do that? What are you going to do? Get like a truckload of Tang?
Yeah.
Orange Tang?
That's a great idea. No,
let everyone come and get a drink of the fountain after the jump.
It's got to be a little nerve-wracking. I mean, this is a historical landmark, right?
Yeah, it's a historical landmark, and I've never not made it. So uh, I got a nice clear runway, a good landing. This is going to be the second time I've done something in a like a town or a city setting. You know, I did the Detroit jump, and that was pretty nerving. I had the lake on the right side and buildings on the left. So I think we can do it. You
That
know, I
will be
mean,
epic.
I wouldn't have signed up for it if I didn't think we could do it.
Yeah, you could pull it off. You've done this long enough to know what the calculations need to be to execute it. But your idea of going through the water, man, that'd be epic. That'd be a
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah, that's
shot.
going to be exciting. This is the first time we're doing like a water type jump. Usually we have the pyro and stuff like that. Sometimes I don't like the pyro just because it seems like all of the pictures and whatnot, especially at night, the pyro it takes away from the actual jump.
Yeah, it's a little redundant after a while. Hey, would you explain our relationship, how we've met? Because even Skylar and Dave, they don't know how long Raymond and I have been buddies because we go back quite a ways. All right, he's back.
Yeah.
Good.
So yeah, so just kind of because a lot of I mean, you and I, we know our history, but a lot of people that might watch this podcast don't know how do these two guys know each other, and already we have so much in common because we both jumped the General Lee, and
Right. So it goes back to the very first Duke Special, 2001. And that's when we first met. And I was with Rick Jablonski. Now, Rick at the time owned Generally 33, and he lives here in Ohio. And I was always working on his car, and so I came with him to do the event. And what happened is we put you back in 33. You got your pictures and stuff done. We shook hands and whatnot. But then, if you fast forward to the 2005 MTV jump, MTV had asked me if I would let you jump over my sheriff's car. So we parked the sheriff's car in front of the ramp,
no, Raymond,
and you hit
it
and
isn't that the sheriff car that was in the pilot? Is that the same sheriff
no,
car? Oh,
no,
okay.
now that's when you did the '03 jump. Is when you jumped over the original cop car.
Okay, I
The
thought you
'03
owned
jump
that.
in Georgia. Yeah, for Travis. That I was there too. I was
Yeah.
there too. So that you jumped over the original car that event for the recreation MTV's Your Movie Show. You jumped over my car.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
So that's when I got bit by the stunt bug. I was like, dude, I gotta try this one time. One time, I just got to do it once. And dude, it is so addicting. And I remember telling you, Corey, I want to do this. I'm going to do this one day. And you're like, well, be careful, and if you need anything, let me let me know.
Did I say that? I wasn't a jerk. I'm like, yeah, good
Yeah,
luck.
well, back then, we were in the dawn of the internet and stuff like. Not like we had each other's numbers and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know who did give me a few pointers here and there before he passed was Alan.
Al Wyatt Jr.
We talked on Facebook here and there.
Al Wyatt Jr. I'll help. I know I'm going to tell you what you already know, but I'll tell Skylar and Dave. Al Wyatt Jr. He was doubling John Schneider driving the General Lee. Nobody on the face of the earth has driven the General Lee on camera, on film, because we shot on film back then, more than Alan. And really influenced so many of us to want to be stunt drivers because of the way he pitched that General Lee and power slid around the corners. And there's a lot of pretty successful drifters that I like, Reese Millen and Samuel Hubinet and Tanner Faust, these guys who were, oh my God, I watched the Dukes of Hazzard and the way the General Lee slide around those corners. And
It was beautiful.
you're like, yeah. I'm like, Corey, was that you? I go, no, probably that was Al Wyatt Jr. He was just so graceful in that car.
But if it looked cool,
Before
Well,
his time.
yeah. If it looked cool like every other stunt guy, you try to steal the credit. Say, yeah, that was me. Why did it suck? No, it looked great. Yeah, that was me.
I was in the passenger side and the weight distribution, it helped it out a lot.
Yeah, it was
I was
a
giving them
team
pointers.
thing.
Yeah.
It was a team effort. Yeah. Gosh. So
So that's how you and I officially like met and uh and then we, because outside of the stunts, I'm a pretty good mechanic and I work on a lot of movie cars and stuff for people. Joe Caldwell, he was like, Raymond, I don't trust anybody to work on 28. Is there any way that I could literally work on this car? I'll bring it from New York City. Joe's a retired New York City cop. So he had brought the car here, and I ripped out the transmission. We rebuilt that. We built most of the engine and just a lot of little things that it needed and whatnot. Then it came back for some more work, and that's when we did the premiere, where we went and picked you up at the airport. We had a good time. That was a real good time.
Wait, that's number 28, right?
28.
Yeah, that was my favorite car on the show. See, do you guys? I don't know if you know
your video of you autographing it and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm going to tell Skylar and Dave here, and probably other people who don't know this, but obviously they all look exactly the same, right, Raymond? They all look.
Yeah, they look. I mean, they have little characteristics, but to the untrained eye, they look identical.
Yeah. So the only way that we would know which car was different from the other is Tommy Sermento, who is the mechanic on the show, would, with a glass engraver, would inscribe on the back driver's side window.
Driver's side.
He would put a number, 26, 08, 73, my car, 28. And everybody kind of started to, as Raymond was saying, every car has its own character. This 28 car, for some reason, I felt like I could drive that car better. I think also because the seat had more cushion in it, because I'm kind of a small guy, and I could actually see over the dash, which was good. Because Alan would sit in 26, and he would smash the seat down. And if you got in 20, and everyone knew you don't get in car 26. That was Al Wyatt Jr.'s car. And the other one that was close to that was 08, was a good car. But anyway, that's how you would know. So then I'd be at these Dukes Fest, and some guys were like, yeah, my car's one of the original ones from the show. And I would just kind of circle their vehicle and kind of get around to the backside without them knowing, and I'd peek to see if there's a number engraved in the glass and give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the back window got busted and they had to replace it. Who knows? But when I would see some number inscribed back there, I'm like, yeah, that is one of the real cars from the show.
33 still had your seat.
I'm sorry, what?
Some extra padding. 33, generally 33.
Yeah.
Still had like some cushion that you could put in the back underneath the seat.
I probably put that there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
I remember when you seen it, you're like, oh my gosh, I put that there back in 1980 something.
Yeah. Hey, Raymond, have you been keeping track of how many jumps that you've done? Because you've done so many now.
Yeah, so I've done 28 generally jumps.
28 generally jumps?
One bandit jump. So I got 2 more this year scheduled. I had 3, but I got so much shit to do.
Man,
we're building a new building. You were at my little teeny tiny shop. You were there.
You just acted.
We built a new shop.
Who did he just act like?
Oh,
Yeah, you just acted just like Donald Trump just then.
You know what?
Our dad.
And you did that was a good impersonation.
Sometimes I go into that. It's a habit. I need to break myself of that.
It was perfect. It was great. No, I thought your shop was awesome, man. You have got your speed bag over there in the corner. Remember that?
Yeah.
So you're gonna
we got a big shop now. It is freaking awesome. I'll see if I can bring up a picture of it. It is awesome. I can't wait for you to see it. Hopefully you'll be able to see it soon. In fact, this is from the second story loft.
Oh, it's a 2-story. Wow. That's huge.
Yeah, we got 2 lifts in there, and it's like a 40 by 92 nice office, bathroom.
Oh, that's
heat
beautiful.
In the floor with that radiant heat.
Good for you, man.
It's almost done. It's about 75% done.
Is it in your same hometown there?
It's actually in the. Do you remember when the cars were all parked on the left side of the shop in that like little grassy area?
Yes.
That's where the new shop is.
Oh,
basically, I'm in the old office. 25 feet that way, I'll be in the new shop.
Nice. Good for you, man. That's exciting. Can't wait to see it.
And if it looks like I'm confused about what I'm talking about during this whole podcast, it's because I can hear my voice echoing through the speaker. So
I hate that. I hate that.
I don't have the cool
headphones. Sorry, brother.
We're not making the big money yet.
Hey, good job on those tariffs, by the way.
You know what? We're gonna tariff the hell out of them. Hey, I sent a link to the guys about the MTV jump. So I don't know if they want to bring it up. If Skylar wants to bring it up and watch that full
Oh,
clip of you jumping the General Lee over my sheriff's car, I think that would be pretty cool if they could bring that up.
We won't be able to see you for a second, but I can
That's okay.
I can play
I'm
the video
used to
real
that.
quick.
I'm a stunt guy.
oh my God, this is so
Hollywood's most reputable stunt performer.
long
Eubanks is
ago.
a stunt driving legend who started on the original Dukes of Hazzard TV show. Since then, he has worked on some of Hollywood's biggest action films. To ensure that the stunt is performed in the safest manner possible, another Hollywood heavyweight has been called in.
Look at that hair.
I know, it's a wig.
This is the record breaker.
Between probably 50 and 60 times. This could be considered one of the most dangerous stunts.
First jump camp.
I love it when they show a jump I did not do.
Something's going to go wrong, it goes wrong in a big way.
This is definitely a serious stunt. We got gas lines, fire hydrants, pedestrians, everything, and it's a small environment. He's gonna hit this ramp about.
Mike Gunther looked like he was hitting the left-handed cigarette.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking through this.
He's like, "You got this, Corey, man. You got it, dude."
Lining up where I want to land.
When you actually land, what kind of impact are you gonna feel?
Same thing if you sat in a recliner and jumped off a 2-story building.
Tell us about the car, the inside and everything.
Yeah, we had 12 days to put this.
That's Tommy Cimento. He was the original mechanic on the show.
We had to paint it, do all the body work.
Vietnam vet.
It's been completely stripped of all the interior except the original seat. Put a firewall in the back and then have a 5-point harness on to hold me in place. Put this little fuel cell in here.
You can't just put a gas tank because it would explode upon impact, right?
Well, no, but it sounds dramatic to say it would explode.
Did you have your Velcro thing yet?
No, not for the jumps. Is that Raymond's car right there?
He gets knocked unconscious.
That police car.
Something happens, Marcus and myself will come in and tag it. It's like a bumper car concept.
You scratched it. That's what this whole podcast is about.
Did I scratch it? Or did I, or just the dirt? Did the dirt come off and scratch it?
You know, I was so obsessed. I collected all the debris that was on the car and I put it in like an old mason jar. I still have it to this day. Parts of the grill, parts of the ramp, a lot of the red dirt.
It was just important to me that day that I jumped further than Craig Baxley, who did the first jump. Because you guys understand it's the same exact location, right, Raymond? Is that the same spot?
Yeah. Yep.
Same exact spot. The very first time the General Lee ever jumped. And Craig Baxley Sr., being the jerk that he is, I'm like, I want to jump further than he did. That's all I cared about that day. As long as I could say, yeah, I jumped over your jump.
Was it 130 something for you on that jump?
Raymond, nobody was there. We could pick any number we want.
You said it broke.
Every record in the world. Yeah, it was like 300 feet. Wasn't it 300? Was it, or 350 feet, Raymond? What was it?
I think it was like 369 to be exact.
To be precise.
Yeah. I barely made it off the ramp. Oh, they
Harold looked like he was pretty nervous on that one, you know.
They draw this out.
Harold's a good guy. I like Harold.
Yeah,
We talk
it's
all.
TV.
Oh, Harold Thornton, right?
I see he was at your stunt school.
Yeah, he came one time.
Rob.
You know, it really wasn't that far of a jump. That just all these different edits make it look like it was further than it was. But it went further than
It was
Craig.
pretty. It was pretty
legs.
breathtaking. It was awesome. I mean, you see that at the end of the credits.
I want to ask you, what was going through your mind right
See
here?
that.
Right there?
Yeah.
I want to get that vest off me so it's so tight because I couldn't breathe. I always lace. Do you lace your jump vests real tight?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I had mine so tight I
You
couldn't
can't even breathe. You can't even breathe.
I wanted to
And
get
then they're
some.
like, "Oh, hold on, we're waiting on cameras." And you're
Yeah.
like, holy crap! And it's not like you can take a deep breath in because you're already sewed shut. When I put my jump vest on, it's like here. By the time they lace it shut, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay."
Yeah. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world. It's like a girdle. Imagine wearing a girdle and
Yeah,
you just,
people don't understand how weird it is to be hanging from bungee cords and hit the brake pedal and the gas pedal, and there's nothing under your butt at all. You know, you're just, it's
suspended
just a
there
weird feeling.
like in a spider web. That's how you kind of feel. It's funny. You and I both know exactly what you mean, but yeah, not many people know what we're talking about.
Yeah, there's only a handful of us that actually know that feeling.
But you know, and I'm not,
oh my God, I'm gonna die feeling.
I'm not saying you're an old guy. I'm not going there. But I was still in my 30s, I think, when I was in '06. Is that, help me with the math? If I was born in 62,
19 years ago.
so what's
About 20. Well, you just turned what? 52?
who, me right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 63.
Oh,
Yeah, 63 minus
I was trying to give you some credit.
Dave's. He's cheat. You're using
Here, I
a.
got a
44?
calculator here.
It's 44. 44. Let me do the math in my head.
2006 minus 1963.
No, I was born in 62. I'm 63 years old now. Would you say? Yeah, 44.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me do it in my head. Yeah, it's 44.
2006, 1962 is 44.
44. And you're how old?
47.
You really think you should still be jumping these cars?
I don't know, Mr. Eubanks. I mean, you still do it. You're my mentor.
No, hey, don't mean to say this the wrong way. You're the oldest human being in the world to be jumping the General Lee.
Here, do me a favor. Ask me who taught you how to do this.
Who taught you how to jump the General Lee?
You did. I learned it by watching you. Remember that old pot commercial?
Yeah. Who taught you
how to do this?
Who taught you how to jump the General Lee the wrong way? You did, Corey. You did.
You know, I was getting so much hell over coming down on the nose. And I was like, I'm tired of hearing that. And I would post screenshots of the General Lee coming down on the front end. And I'm like, they just don't know, like, landing flat, what it does to you and how painful it is. And I would read the comments. They would say, he doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know how to land a car. And I'm like, you know what, you son of a bitch. You know. So in Canada, we purposely put more weight in the trunk because I wanted to give everybody the flat landing that they wanted. And you know, now they're saying it would have been easier if he came down on the front end. And I'm like, yeah,
Oh my
this is what
God.
I've been trying to tell you. And you taught me the perfect saying, Corey. You were like, they don't know that they don't know what they're talking about.
They don't know.
Yeah.
They don't have a clue. And I'll tell you what, you have perfected this whole jumping of the General Lee so much. You are so accurate. You're so, like, you know, in your head right now, you're going to clear this fountain. You know how far you're going to go. And the people that are worried about it actually have nothing to worry about because they got you behind the wheel jumping the General Lee, and it's going to be a huge success. I hope I can make it there.
Yeah, I would love to have you. Just let me know. We'll have to keep in contact and whatnot.
Okay.
You can text me. I'll text you like the information and whatnot.
But
yeah, dude, we'd love to have you there.
And Raymond,
I would be honored.
What is the event for? Is there a special? Or
So it's a giant car show, and all of the surrounding counties are involved. It's Summer Nights Car Cruise, and they do these big, massive events where all of these celebrities come in and whatnot. Well, this year they wanted to do. It started out as a joke. They were going to jump the fountain with a little RC generally.
Oh, okay.
And the one guy was like,
Dumb.
he just jumped that car in Canada, dude, 180 feet. We need to get him to do it. So they called me when we were driving back from Canada. And I'm like, this is some sort of joke, right? So I'm looking at, they were like, go to Google Maps. And I go to Google Maps. I'm like, so you want me to jump downtown? Is it east to west or north to south or what way? And they were like, no, we want you to, go from north to south. And I'm like, well, there's a big fountain in the way. And he was like, yeah, we were hoping you would want to jump over that.
No way. That is so cool. It was their idea. Hey,
it was
I have an idea for you. Hey, Raymond, if there's one thing you could do me a special little favor while you're jumping and you're flying through the air, and as you're going over the fountain, if you could, with your left hand, just extend out the window and give us one of these. Did you do that?
Yeah, and I'll not time it right, and then when I come crashing down, my
Break your
forearm
arm.
will
Yeah.
break.
Corey's stupid idea. He dared me to do this.
People are like, "Do you say yee-haw in the car?" And I'm like, "Well, number one, I have a mouthpiece, and usually if I do utter something, it's usually oh shit."
Yeah. Hey, buddy, I tell you how much I appreciate you coming on our Stunt Stories podcast, and I look forward to seeing you there in was it June what again?
28.
June 28th is the big fountain jump.
June 28th. I'd love to come there and host it or be there just to support you however I can. And then we could talk about it, come back on the show again and talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, that would be awesome. You know, when I hit the ramp at the Mopar Nats back in August, I hit it at 72 miles an hour. That was the fastest I've ever hit the ramp. The car went up over 30 feet. We had one of the drones set at 30 feet, and I was a couple feet above the drone.
Wow.
The car came down flat and 217 feet, and it was like a bomb went off underneath the car.
Wow.
And holy crap, when they told me how far
Wait.
I went after,
How far did you go?
I couldn't believe it. 217 feet
Oh, you
from ramp to ground.
beat my little 202-foot jump. Doggone
I
it.
thought yours was 207 or 204.
No,
or
it was.
something.
But Tommy and I paced it off, and from the first divot where it hit, the one in Nashville. It was only
Yeah, I was there. I
It
got
was-
a good shot of you too.
202 feet. Shoot. So where am I sitting now? Third or fourth? Thanks a lot, Raymond.
I'm just a little guy. I just do this for fun, you know, to keep the Dukes of Hazzard alive, to honor what you guys did.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like you guys don't get the credit that you deserve. I was just a little boy. The show came out in 79. I was born in November of 77. So I was that little blonde-haired boy that ain't got no more blonde hair, but I was that little boy watching you on TV, and I never thought in a million years that I would be working on real General Lee's, having you at my shop, jumping the car and stuff like that. So,
Well,
yeah, I've been pretty blessed, and I have a family that allows me to do it. You know, my daughter, my wife, my mother, they all get scared for me and whatnot. I guess, you know, they're not battle hardened yet. You know,
well, and the other thing is this: that all the vehicular stunts that we've done in the movies and TV shows, there's been a fatality doing jumps, and there's been fatalities doing turnovers, you know, pipe ramps. He does both.
Right.
So that possibility is always there. You know, that the one stunt guy was killed
Listen, we're not going to be able to do this over and over again if we get ourselves killed. Listen, people are asking me, "Are you afraid to do it?" Of course, yeah. But it's the fear that keeps you safe, because if you're fearful of it and you respect the fear, you make sure that everything is the way that it needs to be to ensure your safety. I don't like being called a daredevil, because a daredevil, to me, they are sort of reckless. They don't take the necessary precautions to keep themselves safe.
Absolutely.
We do. As stuntmen, we do. I don't know. Maybe a lot of the guys there's a particular guy that you know that he doesn't consider me as a stunt guy at all, you know, but
Well, he can go
I don't
pound
wanna mention
sand.
any names.
You really got Trump down good,
But
buddy.
yeah, I guess he would be my competition, you know. So.
Dude, you have no competition. There's nobody doing what you're doing. There's nobody. I would bet everything I own if there was some kind of a jumping contest for accuracy, and it would be you. It'd be, you know, there's nobody who's perfected
there
it.
was going to be a jump competition between me and his name was Corey Douchebanks, and he called me out. We were supposed to do this jump off to see who jumped the furthest, and he backed out.
Yeah, he got
backed out.
scared.
He seen my last jump, and he backed out.
He did. He got scared. He's like, I know I'm going to get my ass kicked.
That would have been fun for us to do that.
Yeah, but already you beat me. You've gone 217, and I only went 202. How's the math, Dave? What's the difference in that?
Time to get back in the car.
No, how many
15
feet did he?
15.
Is it 15?
Yeah.
15
I listen.
inches,
You got
15
me.
inches.
If you ask me anything more than simple math, you're screwed.
Yeah. Well, I saw you reach for your phone and start going on your calculator to figure it out.
Just use your hands and toes.
To get to 44.
Yeah. Hey, Raymond, again, buddy, thank you so much for being on Stunt Stories. It's been a pleasure, and we want to ask if you'll come back another time and after your jump
Definitely,
and tell us
I'm
how.
honored to get the opportunity. And Corey, thank you for everything that you've done for all of us Dukes of Hazard fans. I mean, thank you so much.
Well, it's been my pleasure, as you well know, having been a jumping generally jumper yourself. It's something that you and I both share in common that not many people in this world even know what they can't even fathom what it's like. So we're both very blessed to have had that experience in our lives, and I'm glad that it brought us together to get to know each other and become such good friends.
Right.
All right, brother. We'll see you soon, huh?
All right, boys.
All right.
Take it easy.
Later.
Don't forget that out the
Later.
window.
Take it easy, Raymond.
Good to see you, brother.
See ya.
Wouldn't that be something if he does that?
That would be so cool.
Right through the fountain, and all of a sudden this hand comes out the window, and he gives one of those Shaka Bro deals.
And then you just see it.
Great. Yeah. He's on the podcast with a big cast.
He's all, look what you did to me.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Corey.
This was your idea. Stupid idea.
See, so this is what we were trying to get with John that day, this program,
John.
Fraser.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it still worked with the FaceTime, but I like this one too.
Yeah, this worked out good.
Yeah.
All right. So is that it for the episode of Stunt Stories?
That you got anything?
Or do you want to continue? How long have we been on right now?
We've just been going for about 38 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh,
40 minutes. No. It'd be cool to go to that jump.
Yeah, it would be cool.
what state did he say it was in?
It's in Kentucky.
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 It's that way, right?
It's over yonder.
That way.
I don't fucking know. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
It's
Look,
just down the street.
it's just across the
It's
street.
got to be that way because isn't that way south?
That way's west.
I thought it was funny yesterday when we were filming. Are we done? Did we stop?
No.
I noticed mine just
Yeah, hold on, give me one
went out.
second.
When we were in Chicago and I was driving my picture vehicle back to number one where it take us through live traffic and there'd be people. Now we have to abide by the rules, stop at the stop sign and stuff. And there'd be people crossing the street in front of us. And I go, excuse me. Hey, look, I go, is Santa Barbara this way? Do I go down this road or? And they're like, Santa Barbara. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. It's just right around the corner down there around
Come on.
that building over there.
We could actually call it right now.
All right.
I guess my internet's gonna be trash, but
All right. Well, another episode of Stunt Stories is on the books, in the books, however they say that.
yeah.
Right. See my computer here. It says your recording has stopped. Something went wrong. You aren't being recorded anymore. Everyone else is being recorded. I don't know how to take that off. My son was trying to hook up like a little mic stand. Now all of a sudden this is
Skylar, are we still recording?
Yeah, everything. We're still good.
We're still good on our end.
We can see and hear you fine, and we got everybody. We're good.
Yeah, we're good, buddy.
Would I be able to sign out and sign back in?
Yeah, like if you exit out or whatever and just click back on that same link, it'll bring you back in.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Okay. See, Raymond does this and then he leaves.
And then yeah,
He's going to go and work on a car.
it's because you didn't want to go and help him.
No, he's going to go weld a roll cage or something. I know this trick. He does this every once in a while.
My dad did it.
Your dad
He
did.
went to go get some smokes and never came back.
Never came home. Yeah. You don't know how far that market was away, the liquor store.
I mean, yeah.
The gas station was.
Crazy. They could have been all closed.
Yeah.
You know? The power was out today.
I think you need to be patient.
He
Give
could
him a
have,
chance.
he could have sidewinded or barrel rolled somewhere.
Yeah, you never know.